Hi everyone, and welcome back to Second Rank Fire. I'm your host Ben, and today I'm joined by not only Dave, my co-host, but two wonderful guests, the Kierans. Welcome to the show, guys.
Woo.
How is everybody?
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, all good in the hood.
It's like you multiplied, Ben. The last time we were here, it was just you, and now there's two of you.
Yeah, I took after you guys. I was like, I really need a Kieran, so I got myself a Dave instead. So
nice.
Oh, you got a techless friend.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what that feels like, but
yeah,
great to have you here, Dave. Me and you are the same person.
Chin chin.
Big Kieran. The last time that we spoke on the First Rank Fire podcast, you were recording from a phone. You hadn't even got a computer at that point.
I know. I went from, this is like rags to riches, the Kieran Show story. Yeah, I'm not like full hobo on my lounge floor recording from my phone anymore. I actually remember at the end of that episode, my phone was so hot, I was worried it was going to just explode.
Yeah, you've gone from Slumdog Kieran to...
Wow. I mean...
He's been saving that up.
Yeah, he's been selling that for a while. Killed.
Yeah, we did. So after we did the podcast last time, I listened to it back and I said to Kieran, "I was like, you need to buy a mic. Like, we need to get your mic. You sound like you're in the toilet shouting into the toilet, and it's over the other side."
Yeah, my camera quality was so bad that I could have been. You never know.
It was fine. The video of it never went out, so I mean, it still can.
That's a relief.
I do still have that footage, but yeah, it's not gone out yet. Yeah, thanks for joining us.
I'd like to see Kieran's hairstyle because he changes it every bloody week.
Yeah, it's true.
I think it was relatively similar last time, if I remember rightly. I'm not sure. It changes that often. Who knows?
Yeah, it was either the all-round skin fade, sort of like a Korean dictator cut, or now it's got like dirty mullet. So I'm fine with either.
Sort of cross in between, isn't it?
Right, we'll get into the main topic. So, for the listeners and the watchers, we're recording this less than a week, 5 days since we recorded the last one. So, whatever challenges we set in the last one, I've definitely not done it. Dave, I imagine that you've not either.
I've just got a lot of horses staring at me right now. But yeah,
I don't think mine's in my cupboard and it's at the back of the cupboard, and I don't think I've even looked at it. That was the Redemptor Dreadnought's not been touched. The tank's still sat on top of my cupboard. I've literally not touched either of them, but I have been working on some stuff. Shall I start this time, or should we let the Kierans go first? Try not to break any NDAs. What have you guys been up to? Yeah, it's worth a lot.
I've been slowly dying under the weight of Krieg footsloggers. So I had the great idea of batch painting 40 of them together.
Mm-hmm. Why?
Because he has a smooth brain.
I was just like, I built them and I was like, I'll get this done and then I can move on to the box, and then
and now your soul is destroyed, so you don't want to touch the box.
Yes. Yes.
Every challenge I watch you paint, Kieran, it's a similar thing. You're like, I'm going to attempt it this way, and I just see your soul just slowly ebb away with the technique that you've chosen.
I know, it's just I'm an enigma. You can't understand it.
Crippling, absolutely crippling.
How have you found them to paint? They're nice. Dave has 1,000 horses, and that's all he's going for the Krieg side.
Isn't it 60 in total? You've got 30 Artillery and then 30
Death Riders, yeah.
I imagine with... Isn't there a non-named Dreer as well?
No, there's only two named characters. There's Lord Solar and the Lord Marshal guy. That's only two horse.
Can you not have just like basic horse captains?
No, they got rid of them.
Oh, I was going to say... Well, you say Captain 62 then?
Yeah, unfortunately.
That's sad.
You say cat.
What a shame.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, you could have like a full like Return of the King, like, for the Lingers. Imagine playing against somebody with just like a full line of horses.
If I could, I would.
Well, to be fair, we met Dave last year at Throne of Skulls, and he took Was it 30 then?
30 Rough Riders, yeah.
And it felt like that. We
That
were
was
just
when,
like getting battered by horses. Like, what's going on?
That was when they could come back as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. So spend 2
Yeah.
CP for reinforcements. And I think we've got about, 1 or 2 units back? And
Yeah, it was
yeah,
just
so
like,
it's
I'm
pretty much
just going to
50
ignore
horses.
these. Yeah.
Absolutely hellish.
But yeah, I've not enjoyed painting the foot sloggers. It's probably because I've done so many together in one go. But you look at them and go, "Oh, these will be quick," and then you start saying, "Oh, that detail is a completely different color to this one." So you have to paint. You have to paint it. I think it took me 3 days full painting to base coat everything, and they still looked ugly. And I was like, "Other Kieran was just in the bloody corner, like, he's failing."
Good old moral support, love it.
You weren't failing, but you were, as you mentioned before, Ben, like the self-doubt, the soul just sort of leaving the body. I was bearing witness to it, and I was like, well, I was right again.
Oh, God.
Nice. What about you, Kieran? What have you been working on?
I've actually been painting more Tau, which has been very, very nice. I'm conscious that we've got a few tournaments this year, so I wanted to finally get to 2,000 points of painted stuff. And
Why? They suck.
Well,
So
there it is.
Rough Riders.
End of show.
Put them in the bin and just start again.
There we go. Yeah. Well, goodbye, Tau, forever. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I've really enjoyed them, and I think having the same with every army, isn't it? You need to have enough sort of versatility in other units so that you can sort of swap around and stuff. So this week I've been painting 2 Ghost Keels, and I've painted 21 Kroot already. So the 20 Kroot Carnivores were just like a quick battle ready thing. Don't tell Kieran they were done in a day. I was not messing about. And then I finished one of the characters today, which I was really, really chuffed with. And then the Ghost Kills are taking a very, very long time to do because they're super, super cool, and I want to make sure they're right. But it's just been living my life for the greater good.
So you kit bashing the tower again.
Oh, you know again.
That's
Okay.
right.
So just on my desk here, actually, there are 2 Ghost Kills. They're currently on crates.
You love your crates.
Nice. Okay.
You know how it is, modelling for disadvantage. But yeah, it is what it is. But they got loan up, so you can see them, but you can't shoot them. Got it for you. Your poor eyesight. But yeah, no, it's been a real hoot, and I'd quite like to get all the Tau done by summer, and then I can paint some other stuff because there's lots of new releases this year, which is very exciting.
Yes, which we were going to, because that will breach many NDAs.
Yes.
Oh baby! Well, we can talk about the stuff we know about, so that's good.
It's true. It's true.
It is true.
I mean, we don't know a great deal. Just to burst everyone's bubble, you don't get that
Plus,
much
if it's any
information.
consolation, we actually haven't painted anything that hasn't come out yet, so that's good. So hilariously, we're all on a level playing field.
Yeah, you'll be getting all those GW Warhammer community posts, painting them like 3 weeks later.
Yeah, that's the way. It's a bit of a sore subject for Kieran, but
Oh, really? We won't go down that rabbit hole.
no.
Bless.
I mean, he can if he wants to, but
Just a slave to the algorithm. That's what we all are.
That's
We're
why
all
we're all
slaves.
here,
it's
right?
instant.
That's the whole point.
Yeah. So, Kieran, you said
yeah.
you got some tournaments lined up. Which ones are they?
So we've got one at a place called AFK, which is just in Devon, that we're going to go to in mid-Feb. So it's like just around the corner from us, really. We've got a one-day event at TT in March, I think, which is very, very exciting. And then we're going to No Retreat over in Gibraltar in October.
Nice.
So yeah, both of us going to that, which is going to be really fun. So
We're
spend a
there,
few days over there.
We're there for my birthday.
Oh, nice.
We are there for your birthday. Very, very exciting.
I expect balloons and a cake.
What, from
You
Pardo?
what, sorry? What was that about a cake?
Yeah, balloons and cake. It's my birthday.
Oh no, Pardo's got enough cake for everybody there. It's unbelievable. Yeah, he is muscly.
Is this your first time going, little Kieran?
Yeah.
Okay. Because you've
We
been
were
before, haven't you?
We were supposed to go this year, but someone was like, I don't want to annoy my wife.
I wonder who
Well,
that could be.
it was over my. Well, I think it might be me, but it was. Yeah, the one this year was over my anniversary, so I just said
It was not over
no.
it. What date was your... No retreat was 2 days after, and you're like, I want to get back in time.
No, my anniversary is on the 1st of October, and it was literally the day that we would have had to go back, and I was like,
Oh, so you're away for it again this year then, as well?
nope, because it's before.
It's not.
It's time
That's how dates work.
Okay, but my birthday is the 5th of October.
Well, if 1 and 5 aren't the same number, but I
This is why we
don't know
invited
what
you guys
else to
on.
tell you.
It's right here.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, but
We're
we're
just going to
there.
go back and look at the dates now. You was.
I hope so. I mean,
We haven't even booked a flight yet, so I don't even know what day
Well.
we're flying.
If it isn't, it was nice knowing you at all, Kieran.
it was, yeah, clearly. Yeah, it turns maybe Kieran's right, and I've got my anniversary horribly wrong.
I mean, knowing your wife as well. If you're away again, she will penis pop you into the ground.
You say again, like I haven't been once.
Oh,
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah, she is
Also-
a ferocious woman.
She's not ferocious.
Yes, she is. I've played pool against her as well.
So she's just fiercely competitive and a beautiful woman, and I adore her immensely.
And also terrified.
But yeah, Kieran and Cara have a very. It's like they're sharing me. I don't know how else to put that.
Yeah, we have so the in joke is that I'm Sam, he's Frodo, and she's Gollum.
It's so
the hell?
bad. Awful.
Nice.
She's so easy to wind up though. Like when we went to play pool for like our YouTube Christmas do or whatever. I'd had like 3 glasses of wine and 2 pints, and like I could see she was trying to play pool properly, and I was just like, I'm just gonna play normally, and I could see that it was annoying her that I was quite drunk at the time and wasn't half bad, and she's like, I want to be good. She's just fiercely competitive, and I'm the most uncompetitive person on the planet. So it's what's really funny. Like Kieran will like at me in like chats, like, "Oh, you do this." I'm like, "Yeah, cool." I'm like, "I'm not competitive at all. You can beat me. It's fine."
So
Horrible.
the other thing you talked about there was that you've both been to the TT events. I think you guys are the only people that I directly know that have been to any of those. How have they been?
They're as you can expect, really well run. There's beers.
I'll tell you what, it's the only event I've ever been to where the terrain looks better than any of the armies on the table. It's
really?
absolutely crippling.
Poor Fletcher, man. Poor Fletcher. That
Yeah,
guy has been
absolutely crazy.
beasted for that.
He is a slave, an absolute slave. He's like as good as Hugo is from The Simpsons, just sat in a loft, just being fed buckets of fish heads. He's just like sunlight, and Lawrence is like more terrain. Yeah, crazy man. But yeah, it's really really lush actually seeing their their new space and all the boards and I don't know about Sky's the Limit, but those guys have just absolutely cracked it. Like they're like, I don't know. Yeah, it's just really really lush. Really really.
What's really nice
Definitely
as well
recommend
is
anybody go into it.
while you're stood there playing, like they'll come around, do you want a beer? And like they've got mobile like tap to pay, so you're like, oh yeah, I'll have another beer, and you're like, oh no, like 4 beers in and it's game 2.
It was silly. I think it was the first game, and I think Rachel Lawrence's wife came round and she said, "Do you want a beer?" And I said, "It's 10 o'clock," and she went, and I was like, "Yeah, right." Well, and I turned around to check on Kieran and Nick behind me who were playing, and I looked at him, and Kieran was like, "Do you have a beer?" And I was just like,
Yeah,
terrible.
I was designated driver for that one. He's designated driver for the next one, so I'm going to have a beer.
I think
at
I
10
have
o'clock.
to be. It's only fair.
Also, the food, depending on which food truck it is, we haven't had, but there's a couple of different food trucks they have, but the one that we had, was insane. Was pizza and burgers and like loaded fries, and we saw the people that had loaded fries, and they looked like they were going to die.
Oh.
Yeah, Kieran, you had loaded fries, didn't you? And they were just ridiculous.
Yes, I didn't really know what to order, so Ollie, who was there playing on the day as well, ordered fries and a burger, I think. And I was like, oh, that seems fine, but I didn't really hear what he ordered. So I just went, oh, I'll just have the same as him. And the woman at the counter was like, yeah, no worries, sort of thing. Paid it, and I was like, oh, that's pretty dear, but it's fine, I'll get over it. And she brought out like this massive tub of loaded fries and this enormous burger. And I was like, this is pure regret. I was like, there's two paths I can take here. I can either double down and become this like comatose carb wreck, or I can just say no and just eat a little bit. So instead I had another beer, I ate all of it, and then game 2 I was just sat there like, let's play. Yeah, it was shocking. It was like Eric Cartman when he plays World of Warcraft. I was just sat at the table like just this absolute mess. This voluptuous giant.
What was even funnier is game 2 you got table turn 2 as well, didn't you?
It was, yeah, I don't know how much I can say online that isn't going to get canned, but yeah. Normally I like to be bought a drink before I'm fucked. And this guy, so he actually said afterwards, he said, I'd normally buy you a drink before. And I was just like, well, this is really insulting. I think it was like 10-3 or 10-4. I just went, well, and I just bent over next to him. But yeah, it was really funny, and to be fair, he had like this absolutely cracked list. It was like 4 dreadnoughts, loads of like infiltrator, like Phobos stuff, like this massive, enormous reinforced unit of Blade Guard with Ragnar and like some other Space Wolf jank or whatever. And I was just running some like fun demon engines, and I was like, this is cool. Oh no, wait, they're dead. Yeah, I don't know. I got some issues with 40k just as a game generally anyway, but that guy came to play, and play we did. It wasn't for long, but we did play.
You got played.
Yeah, I got played. Sure. Yeah, I think fundamentally I spent more of game 2 watching Kieran's game with Dave. And they were just like having the time. You know the Squidward meme where he's looking out the window and Patrick and SpongeBob were like running outside? That was me. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, I took Blood Angels, and for game 2 I played Floorhammer Dave. And he took a Baneblade, so I was like, right, you know what's happening. I don't care about the game. My aim here is to blow up the Baneblade.
Kill that, yeah.
In melee. I did it in either turn 2 or turn 3, I can't remember, but it exploded. And I shit you not, the cheer from both of us, even though it fucked up everything, we're like, it damn exploded! Because it's like it's 2d6 or something crazy, isn't it, as well, the Baneblade?
Yeah, I think so.
That's
spectacular.
That's what you want from a game.
I've won the game. Dave, you can have the actual win. But
I'm done. Peace out. See you later.
That's you guys. No. Dave, what have you been working on in the past week since we last spoke?
What have I not been doing, to be honest?
Anything other than horses, probably?
More horses. Some Thousand Suns that I've been building for my missus. She's getting into the game now. And so I've been building that. Then back to more horses. And yeah, that's about it. That's the whole summing up. Horses.
Horses and Egyptians. Hell yeah.
But I'm going to put it out there now. So I'm going to see Ben in June. If any of you two want a game, I'll travel to you. I don't care where you are. I will give you a game with 62 horses and 5-6 tanks in my 2K list.
2K list, honestly.
I think I can't remember who I sent it to. I think I sent it to you, Kieran, wasn't it? My arm list. So that'll be the list I'll be running.
It looks bloody awful. And by
awful,
imagine
I mean the movement phase. Just 62 horses having to just move them around.
You just painted 40 Krieg. What are you talking about? Crazy.
But no. So I've just been doing that because I've got a doubles in Worthing for a single day event. Is it the IT? Or is it RT or IT? I can't remember which one it is. The incursion one. So I will be dusting off the, unfortunately, 61 horses, because before I could even use my Death Riders, they got a points increase before I could even use them.
I can't believe that.
Before even out the stables. I know, I was heartbroken. So I had to put 5... I had to get the punt in there. So unfortunately I had to go for like 5 random rattlings to add into it, just to fill the points up.
Oh, so gross.
Yeah,
but it's gonna be hilarious.
Game in June. It's gonna be a grand old time.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna bring Chaos Knights. I'm gonna shoot all the horses down with Chaos Knights. Just bring like 3 despoilers. Just Gatling cannons all the way.
You probably have like 1 turn of shooting. That's it.
Yeah, I can move. Take me down after.
I can move with the move order. I can move 15 with my Rough Riders. So if I deploy 12 on, I'm 27 on. Yeah. So I'll be charging potentially turn 1.
That is absolutely brutal.
Fuck that noise.
And tanks can't, knights can't even Overwatch. So yeah, that's the real pleasure about those. So.
Oh, sweet, good. Oh, so it'll be quite a nice quick game then. That's good.
Yeah. I'll shoot down one rank of horses and then get smashed by the others and the tanks.
It'd be worthwhile for the 2-hour drive up there. Just
a 10-minute game.
Just fuck him up and just go back home.
Bye, Ben. Pleasure.
Just speaking from experience, make sure you buy Ben a drink before.
I'll bring Lou as well, so it's fine. But how about you, Ben? What have you been up to? Apart from, by the sounds of it, not a lot.
I've done stuff. I've done some things. I broke down my my pile of shame. So I've legitimately had intercessors sat in the top of my cupboard since 8th edition, just standard intercessors. So I got those out. Turns out I have 30 intercessors just hanging around.
Nice.
Yeah, so I got all of those out. So I've got, what did I prime? 20 intercessors, 9 aggressors, Tor Garadon, like 3 captains, 3 lieutenants. Yeah, all of those primed. So that was good. So I got all of them done. And I did my apothecary. I put that on Instagram today as we're recording. So that went up today.
I saw.
Yeah,
that took me. With it.
Cheers, man. That took me 2 evenings, Kieran.
Excellent.
Just watch this when I just do 20 horses now. Just smash them out.
So yeah, that's what I've been up to. Mainly getting shit out and priming it, because I'm probably going to counter Dave's horse charge with just pure intercessors and just put a chaff
nice.
Just
like meat shield wall.
Yeah, 30 intercessors, 10 assault intercessors, 10 infiltrators. Just stick them all in there and just blend through those.
Nice. Keeps them busy.
I'll do it that way. Exactly. And there's that many intercessors. I kind of want them to die, so I'm fine with it.
Nice. You will do if you do them all in one go. Just ask Kieran.
Yes. Yeah, wouldn't recommend.
It's the Krieg way.
Yeah.
War of attrition.
Yeah. I mean, what's 30 intercessors? It's 480 points for 30 intercessors.
Just for 30. For 30 horses, Rough Riders, it's 360 points. For 30 Rough Riders.
Absolutely disgusting.
So it's the same toughness, same amount of wounds. I don't know about the weapon side of it, but yeah, the intercessors are almost the exact same as Rough Riders. That's what I found out as I've been looking at them.
What's the weird thing is that it's like Death Riders are more expensive than Rough Riders. How does that work out?
Are they better or the same?
They've got the frag tip and power swords, but their special rule is they can. I think it is. I'm sure Kieran can remind me if he's read the book. If the enemy's within 9 inches, they can do a move up to D6 or 6 inches. I think I can't remember. It's like screening or something.
Oh, yeah, like the reactive move that Eldar spam everywhere.
It's like with the Rough Riders, I feel like it should be the other way around with the melter tip lances, just so broken. It's hitting on freeze with melter bombs, pretty much. It's like,
yeah, smart.
So you say that, but in my Blood Angels list, the main staple is 30 jump pack intercessors.
Okay.
And I put them in every list because they're just fun. But no matter what list I write, it's 720 points for 30 jump back intercessors.
Jeez.
But they
Is
have
that with
Asian
characters or
Death
just,
Company.
just them?
That's just Marines.
They are the Death Company ones, though, aren't they?
Yeah, they're 240 points for 10.
That's so insane.
Good lord. Yeah, that's
I mean,
very expensive.
They
So
cut
you just
everything to
painted
pieces.
You just painted 40 Krieg, and they only just eclipsed 10 Death Company intercessors?
And you wonder why I haven't painted another one since.
But you knew the math before. Just crazy.
I'm not built to paint an Imperial Guard army.
And yet here you are.
Which is what's really funny. It's the only time like people in the Discord, they seem to be like willing me on like nicely rather than being mean to me. They're like, "Come on, do it. We want you to see you play guard." Like, Floorhammer Dave sent me a message. Was like, "I really want to see Helmet Guard army. Please just do it." I'm like, "I'm trying."
Just got to paint another 1,200 minis.
The worst thing is as well is that like there's people out there that are running like lists of guardsmen with like 120. Like people are running 60 Kriegers, 30 combat engineers, and all sorts.
There's
Yeah,
quite a lot of
that's
detail.
insane.
There's a guy on the Discord who was sort of saying the amount of detail that's on those. Because I think I've got 80 Skaven clan rats, but there's so little detail on those. You're just like, contrast, done, put it away.
This will be fine.
There's so much detail on the. I guess it's because it's a kill team. Oh, that's another point. Bloody GW pulled the rug out from underneath us. I bought bloody 5 kill teams, and they're like, "Oh, here's the cheaper one. Here's the
almost
non-kill
like they-
team version."
Funnily enough, it's almost like they knew what they were doing with that.
Oh, it's as if they're really good at making money, isn't it?
Oh, I know, right? Smart bastards.
Or you are just incapable of waiting.
That's probably.
I think it's probably both.
It's a mixture of selling prowess and you just being ignorant and wanting it now.
But I think
I'm
all
not-
4 of us can put our hands up to that. We're impatient when we want stuff.
Oh yeah, at one point
know
or
what you're talking
another,
about.
for sure.
No idea what you're talking about. I didn't impulse buy Skaven Tide. Definitely not.
But did you regret it? That's the most important question.
Well, I've not put them on a board yet, so part
Oh,
of me
that's
does.
sad.
Yeah.
No. Is that through a lack of trying, or?
No, it's just been. I've managed to play a few games, and they've just all been 40k, just because that's what I've been getting. I got so much of my Dark Angels done, like all the Terminators. So I got 40 Terminators painted, something like that. And I was like, I've got to get these on the board because Dark Angels Terminators. So I've just been playing them basically since.
If it makes you feel any better, Kieran never played with our Skaven. We just gave them away.
No
Didn't
way.
even sell them, just gave them away.
Well,
we got them.
We got
They were
them
given.
from the. Yeah, we got them from the GWNDA box anyway, so I can't sell them.
okay.
But yeah, it was. We did it as part of our giveaway last year. So-
Yeah.
Yeah, the
so
big
they
10k,
went,
big
to a
10k
good
giveaway.
home. They
Oh,
went to a good
nice.
home. The most chaotic marble run episode.
It's the most
we've
fun
ever
thing I've ever
really
done.
won. But, yeah, I think it was a bit of a strange episode we did on that evening because I felt like
Yes.
we were both obviously exhausted come the end, but I feel like we both knew that life wouldn't be as good as it was at that moment ever again. Kieran screaming at the top of his lungs, "Bum chicken," was like
It's Bum
just
Kashen!
just insulted the entire nation of Germany. But at the same time, just like stapled his name in the pantheon of internet memes. Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah,
Oh, brilliant.
I'm a chief interneter.
So
How you get so big, right?
So what will be your next challenge then? Because you
Me.
did.
I'll go on. I'll start with this one. So I need to paint some of those troops that I've just literally talked about. Because, like I say, if I'm going to take them to you in June, I've got to get started now. Because otherwise, I might do a Kieran and have to paint them all in one night and kill myself. I'm not painting 30 intercessors in one go. Fuck that. So I need to get started on those, and I need to build a tank because that's the other one.
Coward.
I mean, they're not black, so at least there's that, right? So yeah, tank and custom chapter troops. They're my two main focuses, I think. So it's up to you. Pick either. I've got effectively 3 weeks before this one goes out, so I've got ages to do this one.
I know, right? Sounds like you just got to do it last minute. But I'll let the Kierans decide what you want to do.
I reckon
So,
you
what
should
do you
pick
think?
50 intercessors.
I haven't
Alright.
got. Shit, I actually do have between the. I think I've got 20 assault intercessors.
I'm sure you could do
So
that
I
in 3
might
weeks.
actually have 50
Okay.
intercessors.
Okay.
There you
Variety.
go. There's
In which
the
case-
challenge. 50
I'm
I'm
space
not
marines.
painting.
I'll meet the
painting
two in the
30.
middle. I'll meet the two in the middle, and I'll say 40 because then it's the same as Kieran's Krieg.
Yeah.
And hilariously, there's less detail on intercessors than there are on
Yeah, there is.
Krieg veterans. So, I mean, it's just an excuse if you say no, really.
Could I paint 40 intercessors in 3 weeks?
Technically, anyone can do anything. It's just
If you put your mind to it, that's it.
I have 2
Yeah.
children and a wife, so I.
So do
yeah,
I.
that's it. Get them to help is what I'm hearing. Nice, good.
Free labour.
Yeah, my 10th one, 10-month old. I'm just like, here's
It's
a
never-
paintbrush.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. It's never free labour. I think Ben would be paying that back for a long, long time.
I'm just hearing excuses. I've got a wife, kids, and a dog, and I still did 40 Kriegers.
But I still have a soul in my body.
Yeah,
And I
that says
keep it
more
that way.
about you, Kieran,
that's,
than it does
that's the
about Ben.
difference.
I'll give it a go. I'll see how many I can paint. I'll try and get the 30 done.
He'll do 5.
50.
He'll get 5 done.
Get 5.
I've painted four in the custom chapter colours so far.
Oh, you got one more to go then. You're smashing it.
But yeah, that'll be my 5th. So there you go. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
What about you, Dave?
What do you want me
Paint
to do?
horses. So you've
What,
your
all
challenge
30 of
is
them?
to do. Your challenge is to do 5, right? I think to get 5 fully painted by next week.
Yep. Which
then
is
you've-
not happening at the moment because they're still grey.
Okay. So we've got 3 weeks. Let's do another 10. So you'll have 15 done. See, look,
Make it
Kieran's. This
Oh.
is how you be reasonable, all right? Let's just.
right. I'll
To be
say
fair,
20. I think I
Yeah,
can
so
get
you
20
guys
done
need
in
to
3
be more
weeks.
scathing to one another.
50.
My
Sounds like you should do all of them.
what was the first thing that I set you? It was like a full unit of dwarves, wasn't it? The old world dwarves.
Yeah, I think it's I bought some old world dwarfs, and I think I've got the Fane done, the Runesmith done, and 18 Warriors, and shockingly that just took a nose off the cliff for some reason. And
Yeah, like the first 2 weeks, I was like, Dave, you need to go away and literally build and paint like 22 dwarves or something like that from
Yeah.
scratch.
I remember seeing those on Instagram. Like I was living vicariously through you at one point, Dave. Like you had like this full like old world, just like I don't know wave. I saw like you had like a massive box that came. You're like unpacking all the stuff from it, and then you were like building and painting it. And I was like, this is sick. I'm really enjoying this. And then all of a sudden it was just like, and now it's time for horses again.
yeah, so yeah, I think I've got an issue. I think, but I'll try to get 20 done. I think I can get done
20.
easy.
Kieran's,
Just
what are
spray.
you working on next
Slap chopping.
that you
I
can
don't
tell
know.
us about?
I don't
Krieg.
even know. Yeah, I don't even know at this point. Honestly, doing all of those Kriegers back to back is just throwing any enjoyment
Classic.
out the
The
window
classic
for me.
Kieran way.
I mean, we don't
At least
know.
they're finished.
Well, yeah, there is that, but I've
At
got
what cost?
Normally he doesn't finish them until like 3 months after. So that means I take it as a
Frodo
win.
threw the ring into Mount Doom and essentially went into a coma. That's what I'm seeing here. It's unbelievable. Don't endorse this. It's lunacy.
I mean, so I've done the 40 Kriegers. I've got the box set to do, but it's obviously doing 40 is the burnout is real. I mean, at the time of recording, we don't know when Emperor's Children is coming out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be buying one of those boxes.
Oh yeah, me too.
As is everybody. So
I hate Slanesh. Just gonna throw that out there as a little bomb. I hate Slanesh. It's my least favourite Chaos God. So I'm not touching.
Really?
I might get Fulgrim for my Primarch collection, and that's it.
It's like
Wow.
Pokemon all over again.
That's crazy. Your least favorite. Well, I feel like we should talk about that just as a quick segue. Like, what's your hierarchy order of Chaos Houses?
Zinch, Nurgle, Khorne, Slaanesh. That's my list.
Really? What about you doing?
Well, because I'll say Slaanesh because I'm doing him. I haven't really given any thought, to be honest, because I'm only doing it for the missus. She's doing Zinch, so we're doing like a Battle of the Gods type style thing between
That's cool.
Slaanesh and Zinch. I didn't want to do Khorne because I didn't want to be just run punch and that's it. And everyone seems to do Nurgle, so I think the only option was Slaanesh. So, and yeah, that's about it. So I think Khorne at the bottom, Nurgle third, Zinch second, and Slaanesh first for me.
Fair.
How about
What
yourself?
you,
My favourite chaos god is me painting. I've ascended to the pantheon with how ridiculous I am.
God,
The
that's
Dark
disgusting.
King.
I hate that.
Yeah, 100%.
God.
I don't know. I think I would put Nurgle potentially at the top for me, and then Slaanesh, then Khorne, then Zinch. But those top two probably change. I mean, given the bumper releases we look like we're having for Emperor's Children, maybe it's them. But yeah, what about you, Techless Kieran?
Techless Kieran. I would say Zinch at the top, then probably. Probably Nurgle, then Slaanesh, then Khorne at the bottom. It's like, I don't know what it is about Khorne, especially Angron. It's sort of like the Hulk vibes, like Hulk smash, and I just hate that. I just don't think that's fun at all. It's like,
I think I did a hot take on Angron on your Discord, and in the fact that Angron is the worst Primarch model because he's not Angron, he's a Bloodthirster.
Agreed. I'm not a fan of the model. I don't like how closed the wings are. He's just hunched over a really big rock for me.
I don't know. I like the model. It's just the character I have a problem with.
I think objectively he's better than Magnus's miniature, just because the Magnus miniature is a turd.
I quite like. I got that primed. That was the other thing that I got primed.
Out, mate. What are you talking about?
Right. Before you come at me, how many Magnuses have you painted, Kieran?
That's not the point.
Answer the question. How many Magnuses have you painted?
You know it's 0, but that's not the point.
So
you can't call a model a turd based on no.
I can when I've actually painted it.
Insane.
I've painted Magnus.
Sure. But you just painted 40 Kriegsmen. So how viable, how credible is your opinion here?
Well, in the
what
Magnus
was more?
column,
I tell you what. No. Let's call a spade for a second. You just painted 40 Kriegsmen. What was more fun, 40 Kriegsmen or Magnus?
40 Kriegsmen.
You're an idiot.
No way.
No.
It's
What is it about the Magnus model?
It's
so like Chaos Gods, you need Jesus, mate. Unbelievable.
And this is where the Kieran Show broke up.
I'll just reset his password. He doesn't know how to get into anything.
I just stopped crying.
I think it's the filigree in the armor panels. I think that's the worst bit of that miniature. They're just not. It's not fun to paint. Obviously, if you ignore it, it doesn't look great. The wings are great fun to paint, though.
But is it because it's such an old model?
Yeah.
It was one like the first ones that came out. If they redid him to the standard of like Mortarion and stuff like that much detail, it would be superb.
I mean, the proof is in the pudding. Like, GW hadn't even released him, and they already put him in the bin to reveal him. So,
true.
You know what I'm quite excited about? Like, obviously, with Fulgrim Transfigured, Horus Ascended, and stuff, they're obviously going to be going with this like Siege of Terror themed Primarchs. And I feel like if we had a redo on like Angron, but more, I don't know, human, dare I say, than like full-blown Bloodthirster. And the same with Magnus. Like, if you had like these ridiculous like £180 resin kits, but they looked like impeccable, I feel like that's really exciting. And I feel like it definitely has the potential to be like mega, because effectively Magnus was Demon Magnus. Like, there isn't much of a change, if anything. So it's just Magnus, but a cooler pose potentially.
I've got him to paint. He was the other thing that I primed up this week. I got because I've had him like half shittily painted almost since day one of playing 40k because I love the model. And yeah, I got him back out. I've reprimed him, so he's the next one.
Nice.
Did you leave the wings off, or are they glued on?
Heads off, wings off, bases off. Everything else is together.
Yeah, the wings, if you glue them together, is a bad time. Which is what, in fairness, other Kieran has bought 2 Magnuses and painted none.
No. I've painted one. I bought one Magnus. One.
And sold him like the turd that he is.
Whoa, no. Yeah,
Or what was it your wife called him? Horn Boob Man.
Horny boob lady. Yeah, that's what she said.
Horny boob
She was like, I like
lady.
the horny boob lady, and I was like, oh, it's a man, but it's okay. I'm willing to let it go past.
I'm not sure Magnus would choose a gender. So I'm sure it'll be fine.
I don't think so. I mean, it feels very RuPaul Drag Race, his mini anyway. So I'm here for it. Like, hell, just take off his breastplate and put nipple tassels on it. I'm okay with it. I'm so comfortable with my love affair with Magnus that you could do anything and it wouldn't shake me.
You just kind of turn him into a Slanesh Magnus.
You know what? If anything, I encourage it. Make him sexier.
On the subject of Magnus, you could probably tell them about our next series, as it were.
Oh.
Yeah, I suppose
For
so.
the YouTubes.
For the O-Tubes. Yeah, I mean, you guys probably remember, like, White Dwarf used to have, like, the Tale of Four Painters thing. And obviously we've done quite a lot of challenges over the last 2 years that we've had the channel. And I think what people have been crying out for since we've been chatting to people on Discord or in comments or whatever, since we've been, like, probing people what sort of content they want to see, they wanted to see us, like, go for something but also enjoy it from like a hobby standpoint. So instead we wanted to do like a Tale of Two Painters, and obviously with the imminent new release of Slanesh, we've decided to brand it as a Tale of Two Heretics, which is very, very cool. So it's Kieran taking on his 4th Chaos Space Marine army and praying that he doesn't sell it. But yeah, so we will be collecting, painting 2,000 points across this year, which is really, really cool. So Kieran is going to take Stupid Sexy Slanesh, and I will be taking Thousand Suns, which is really, really cool.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, ideally we want to try and capture like full hobby diary-esque, essentially. So it's just like the build, like the kit bashes and stuff, the painting, and then try at the very end of the year have like a 2,000 point head-to-head game on the channel, which would be really, really cool way to finish.
That'd be awesome.
But yeah, no, really, really excited, and we've both started planning quite heavily this week, which is wicked. And I think we'll probably release a video for it in March.
I'm just pulling up our WhatsApp chat where Kieran mentioned, I'm going to verbatim this for what he mentioned for one of his kit bashes.
I'm already dreading this.
I gotta find it!
Little Kieran's like your lawyer, isn't he? He just every now and again he's like, and here is the transcript.
What do you mean, lawyer? This is the opposite. I'm scared of what he's about to pull up.
He's a prosecutor.
He's not your lawyer. Yeah, he is a lawyer.
Oh, he is. Yeah, he's the lawyer for the opposition.
Yeah.
His demon prince for the Thousand Suns. He said, "I want this to be some triumphant Egyptian bitch."
That is a solid thing. Yeah, no,
that does not sound like me at all. I feel like this is a poor judge of character.
I mean, I responded with, "Don't we all?"
Yeah, it's true.
I'm both looking forward to it and dreading it. Looking forward to it because the commitment is there that we're now doing it for a series, so I will, in theory, end up with an actual Chaos Space Marine army at the end, and we don't have another Night Lords on our hands.
I mean, it sounds nice in the fact that you guys are actually going to like try and enjoy it, because obviously the challenges are a lot of fun, stuff like that. But I do think that a lot of people get quite a lot of enjoyment out of you guys suffering through those.
Yeah,
there'll be the normal beats in there. I can't not have a breakdown over painting pink for.
We can't
4
take
days.
them away. That's the problem now. They've become like a bit of a staple with us. Like, I think although they are really fun to watch back, it's one of those things that either at the beginning of or halfway day 2 or whatever, we're both like, I'll kill you if you kill me, sort of thing. And we're just like ready for it all to just end. Then the couple of days afterwards is just like exhausted, like don't really want to Warhammer for a few days. But Yeah, we always come back swinging, which is really fun. And I think partly it's down to the armies we choose, but also like we're doing it together. Like we're in this together. It's not just like one of us
holding hands, just in dominoes at like 6 o'clock. Like, we've only got 4 hours left. We can do this.
Just there in the trenches. Sorry, Craig. Just there in the trenches. Just like I don't know, sort of embracing it together, which is nice. But
I mean, we have got Combat Patrol 4 lined up for March as well.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
We haven't actually spoken about this. Let's do it now. What would you, are we picking, or are we doing the Wheel of Misfortune again?
I mean, I'm quite happy to throw in all the new Combat Patrols and do another Wheel of Misfortune.
I think it'd be funnier because we'd have to put in all the ones we took out. Like Orc's got a new one. Tyranids got Tyranids we've already done. That is not going back in there.
I feel like Orcs is a weird one to throw back in though because we did effectively all the Beast Snagger stuff on last year's Christmas challenge. So I don't know.
Pretty much the same, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing. So
I mean, the problem is if we're allowed to pick, we'll both pick the same thing, which will be Grey Knights.
No, because we made a pact on this, and we said that if we were going to do Grey Knights, we'd do it as a full refresh, like TKS army. So we'd take different detachments from the Grey Knights force, slightly different color schemes, but all different units.
It'd be the only shared army we actually ever have.
Yeah.
That's nice, yeah.
Just
we get shared enjoyment, yeah.
Yeah, I think Kieran was going to take the Caldor Drago-esque been stuck in the warp for an amount of time, and I was going to take the Castle and Crow pretty new boys that done a bit of killing, but they're not stuck in the warp.
They're still fresh. Their armor still gleams.
Yeah. Gross.
You can't paint clean, Kieran, can you? So that's
I'm trying to, but I don't know. There's been a few occasions recently where I've painted clean and I've just been like, this is so boring. I just want it to
Where's the streak and grime?
Yeah, so hilariously, since the last time we spoke, I haven't actually used streak and grime. I think I cut it out beginning of last year.
Like you got enamel poisoning, so
yeah, that's true. I covered a Polypheron Knight in streak and grime, right? And I cannot. I forgot what happened that afternoon. Like, I should have just stopped and just decided a better way. But yeah, so Kieran taught me how to use oils just after summer last year, and yeah, I've just been using those and having the time of my life. But obviously, since ditching streak and grime, it's meant that I've had to elevate painting because I can't hide everything I do in grime. I actually have to try. But yeah, it's been lush. It's just been lots of watching, lots of learning, and it's been really cool.
Oh, that's cool. It's cool.
Okay, so that's what we've all been working on. So we'll do the topic of the fortnight, and obviously you guys coming on, you are the topic of the podcast this time round. You are the big stars.
I don't like that. Never.
What the hell was that?
I know. You are the Uber YouTubers, right? So we've got to make you the topic.
I mean, this will sound ridiculous, but so ages ago I said to Kieran, I worked out how many people our highest performing video. I think is 85k views. It worked out that's like selling out 2/3 of Wembley Stadium in the UK, and the amount of people that would have watched my face on the internet fills me with dread.
My favourite thing in the world about that video as well is you'd got married, you'd had your honeymoon, you hadn't had a haircut or a beard trim, I think in about 4 or 5 weeks.
No, longer than that.
I was longer than that, maybe 6 or 7 then.
Yeah, it was over 2 months.
Yeah, 85,000 people have seen you homeless.
Yeah.
It's the funniest. In none other of the videos have you worn a grey t-shirt and a check shirt, and you've just got like the most insane amount of hair, and I'm like, oh.
What was even funnier is
who could have told this would happen?
I went to Croatia in the middle of summer for my honeymoon for that, and it was 31 degrees with that hair.
No, I'd have just topped it all and just embraced a beard. Oh yeah, Ben knows again. Yeah, no, that would have just gone.
It's the best way. Just take it all off. Embrace it. Be a solar panel.
Yeah. So, yeah. Phenomenal.
But yeah, I mean, we talked before the show, and Kieran thankfully went back and had a check. Last time we spoke, you had less than 2,000 subscribers. You were you weren't that new into the YouTube stuff, but you hadn't done a huge amount. You're now sat at 13.6k subscribers. You've got 170 odd videos. Like, you guys have been smashing it out. You've really smashed YouTube at the minute. So you must be pretty pleased with how it's going.
It feels like a very strange but ultimately very fun journey we've been on. And I think just drawing that as a comparison, I only thought the last time we did this, Ben, was like a year ago. So yeah, knowing that it was like less than 2k recording from a phone in my lounge.
Yeah.
Suddenly, yeah, we're at this point is mental, and yeah, I don't know. Kieran, you say something before I just fall over my words.
I mean,
stop crying.
Yeah, honestly, I'm such a crier as well. I would.
it makes me laugh. Like, he puts himself like on this. Oh, you know, we've done so well. The bitch has made 5 thumbnails. That's his entire contribution.
Oh dear, so upset.
I'm surprised it's that many.
Wow.
Yeah,
achievement.
no, same. Yeah, I think so. Hilariously, like, our viewership took a bit of an escalation as soon as I was put on thumbnail duty. And I don't want to say it's all down to me, because that would be very obnoxious. And obnoxious Kieran I am not. I'm tech wizard Kieran now.
Techless Kieran.
No, that's other Kieran. We've swapped. We've done it.
We
We've
have
done a
not.
switch.
I feel like I'm director Krennic of the Kieran Show.
Go on, do the quote.
I'm not going to do the voice.
Yeah, you should do the quote. It's so funny.
You do it better. You've done it before. I'll let you
Yeah,
take
it's
it.
true. I'm over it. It's fine. But yeah, it's been really, really lush, and seeing and meeting everybody and doing, I don't know, this for what now, just over 2 years. Yeah, it really is amazing. And
Do you want to tell them
suppose
about
this
the sleep token incident? You sound better than I.
Yes. So there was a few examples last year where I was out and people would come up and say like hello and say that they really love the show and stuff, which is firstly mind-blowing. So having that is amazing, and anybody that does that is really, really cool. But we went to see Sleep Token in Cardiff in November, and this really nice woman came up to us and she said, "Oh, hey, are both of your names Kieran?" And we're like, "Yeah." And both stood there with our wives, like, who is this mystery woman? Oh, what's going on? And she said, "Oh, my partner watches your show and he like really, really loves you guys." And I was like, "Oh, that's amazing." And Kieran, I don't even know how to describe it. Just went like, I don't know, red ring of death, like error 404. Just went, and he just sat there like this. He just didn't know what to do with the human interaction. And I was like, "Oh yeah, it's amazing. Where is he? Is he over there?" sort of thing. Like, tell him to come say hello. And I had to look back around, and Kieran, who'd just gone like bright red, just like started like almost like shaking. And I was like, "What on earth has happened to you?" And like we all like had a laugh and stuff about it. And this guy came over and he said hello and stuff. And it was, I don't know, it was just really, really nice. But again, Kieran just hate this. No, don't like this. But I think it happened twice last year. It was at UK Games Expo as well. We were just in the queue. And admittedly, like, the circumstance was it was a bit odd. But there was this guy that was like maybe 4 rows ahead of us in the queue. And he turned around, he looked at us, and he sort of pointed. And we were like, strange. And then he just got his phone up with a video of us on it. And then just pointed at this. And I was like, oh. And I looked around and Kieran was like, "No. Don't like that."
The best bit of the sleep token incident as well is we were with both of our wives. We took them to the concert, and like after the incident, I just saw both of them. Their heads had like filled the stadium. Like they were just like they're like people thinking, "Oh, like are these two in a band? Like are they famous? Not they paint miniatures on the internet."
Yeah, they just paint tiny toys or paint 40 Krieg in 3 weeks or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was an incident, shall we say? I mean, I like that, you know, people watch it, but
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's the point of having a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
That's it. It started to feel more real. I think that's probably like the best way to put it. And as soon as we start seeing faces instead of numbers, we're a bit like, what?
It's like, oh, there is actual people.
Yeah, it's really strange. Like, and obviously Kieran making that comparison about essentially Wembley Stadium, seeing him look homeless. Like, it's really funny, like as a number, but heaven forbid you put 80,000 people in one place watching us talk about tiny toys. I'd just be a bit like, why?
Yeah, it's a bit wild, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's nice, but yeah, sometimes it is a bit like pinch me, and I don't mean that in like an arrogant way. It's just like we're just talking about something that we enjoy. So yeah, but no, it's been a real wild little journey. But yeah, we're just having a blast.
Nice. Dave, should we ask the questions from Instagram, and we'll do it that way?
Oh yeah,
And
I'll
then
get
we'll-
my windows open.
Shall I start? I'll
Yeah,
do
you
the first
start.
one. So I'm going to do the most important one first. Everybody knows that at your 10,000 subscriber video, you were wearing the wrong thing. All right.
Oh,
Where were the dino suits, guys? Come on, we all know that they should be there.
This
Go
is
on, Kieran. You can take this. You can take
It's
this.
so funny that A, it was in one of our first videos where we mentioned it, and B, that they then remembered to talk about it. But we genuinely did investigate getting T-Rex suits for it, because I remembered that we did say we would do it. But A, T-Rex suits are actually quite expensive. They're not cheap, and B, we wouldn't fit in the room with them.
No, they
Put
are
them on in the
enormous.
room.
Yeah, there's no way.
Dedication.
There's no way we could have worn them. Did the marble run, ensured that all the tech was right while looking out of a tiny plastic window from a T-Rex neck. Like it just wouldn't have worked. And plus, I feel like people have forgotten way too fast that I wore a toga on a live stream because I was wrong.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I feel like you got enough from us. Like, what else did you want?
Yeah,
That's just going to be one of these running jokes forever now, I think. That dino suit. Until you guys turn up in one. That's just
I
gonna be
think
it
so.
forever.
But you know what? I feel like it would just die so quickly as well. It's not like people would be like, oh, thanks for wearing the dino suit. People would be like, oh, yeah.
Good job.
And then that would be it. And I'd be like, no, never again? Cool. Yeah, we'll write out the joke.
If they really want it, we need to be like one of these cool, like, edgy YouTubers that have their own studios that has more space. Not
Yeah.
half of my home office.
Yeah, it's that.
And I imagine you've got models everywhere as well. So the moment you get those dino suits on, models are going everywhere.
Yeah, 100%. Much plastic glue would be needed.
Oh, brilliant.
Okay, well, I've done that question. That's obviously the fun one.
Yeah.
Dave, you can ask some serious questions.
So-
Now. I've had my fun.
Why am I a serious person for some reason? Misleading. So I got one question here is to ask, what's the impact rule by... Sorry.
Yeah, LR tabletop, that'll be legal.
Yeah.
Perfect. So we used to play Star Wars Legion
They did,
years
you
and years
didn't.
ago. Yeah, me and Levi. As in,
Yeah,
like, me
they
and-
played it properly. You didn't.
I never used to understand. So I turn up with my like Imperial army, like with Vader and some bounty hunters and stormtroopers or whatever. And I don't know whether you guys have ever played Star Wars Legion, but effectively every unit has got like a little card with all their rules on it. So it's super handy. And I just couldn't understand the impact rule for love nor money. I just fucking forget it every time we played. And I just rock up and I'd be like, oh yeah, this has impact too. And they'd be like, well, you're firing at infantry, so that's not relevant. So impact rule is its impact as in for vehicles, anything with like a tough armor. But I'd forget it every fucking week, and I'd just be like, "Oh, this has got impact 1," and they'd be like, "Oh, cool, yeah, nice one. That's not what we're doing here." But yeah, in my friendship group, I could do something once. I mean, impact was every week, but I could do something once, and it would just. I'd still get hounded for it now, like nearly 10 years later. Like
I like to think I'm nice enough. Like the other night, you had to cancel plans because you went to A&E. You were getting slated, and I was like, I'm just going to send Kieran a quick message just to check he's not dying. while they're all
I mean,
being mean to him in the other group
yeah.
chat.
So we were due to play Magic that Saturday night, and so I've just had pneumonia, so I've just had my ass kicked for the last 2 weeks, and I had to go to A&E because I had like these horrendous headaches. Effectively, we had to rule out meningitis, so I had to bail on playing Magic, and I was like, look, guys, like I'm really sorry, I have to go to A&E. And effectively, the general consensus was, if you're not dead, we don't care. You've bailed. So I was like, oh, sick. So I was just getting slammed in the chat, like absolutely slammed, to the point where even like Kieran and Levi were like, haha, yeah, better be dead, lol. And then like 5 minutes later, be like, are you actually in A&E? Yeah, so I don't know. It's fine. I can deal with it. I was sat there in A&E with my wife, Cara, and she said, "Are you all right?" And I was like, "No, I'm pissed off. Like, I obviously want to go do something I want to do rather than be here and feel like rubbish and do all this whatever." Obviously, I was in the best place possible at the time. I didn't actually know at the time I had pneumonia, but yeah, she said she was like, "Oh, they'll understand." And I said, yeah, fucking no. These people are jackals. They are hyenas. They are ripping me apart on a social media platform.
I want it known that I did not say anything mean to you until you said you were fine.
Yeah.
I sent you a nice message first, and then after that I was like, oh, this bitch sneezes and he can't play cards. Just wanted to get there. He is alive. He's gone there for no reason. Ended up being no reason that you weren't about to lose your limbs to meningitis.
Yeah. So that's a relief. It would have been a very different Kieran show if I'd come back with no limbs. Can you imagine that? If I came out with like limbless, they'd be like, "What the hell happened to him?" In this week's episode of the Kieran Show, we teach Kieran how to paint again. It's crazy.
Oh, brilliant!
Yeah. Well, that took a turn.
Yeah, that took a tangent from Impact.
Yeah, wow. Just my friends are garbage. Love them, but they're garbage.
Oh, brilliant! Oh.
All right, I have got a serious one, and you've already answered this one on your channel, but I like to see this again. Which is the best Primarch and why? Both in model and in lore.
Don't do this.
I want to see the argument again. Come on.
Okay, right, I'm ready.
Go on, then you go first.
You can go first.
No?
Okay, so are you talking about the best Primarch model?
Either, both Primarch, model, and lore.
Okay, lore is Magnus, and I'll die on that hill forever. Model is Mortarion.
Is that what you've got to say? After all of the arguments...
No, I'm waiting for you to say something so dumb that I internally combust.
So...
Go on, what's your favourite Primarch model?
The Lion.
Wrong, but carry on.
And then Lion is the best Primarch.
Lion is the best Primarch as well.
I agree on the model. I don't agree on the lore. It's Sanguinius for me. For lore-wise, is the best.
They're like,
Primarch.
I mean, I agree, 95% of me agrees. They're like there. Like the Lion just tips it. Yeah, model-wise, I really like his model. I think maybe it's not my favourite model. Maybe it is Mortarion. I just don't want to paint it. I think I'd have them on a level playing field. I've painted the Lion, so for argument's sake, because I've already painted the Lion, I would pick Mortarion because I haven't painted it. So there we go. We agreed on something. No, we didn't. Because you were trying to goad me with the Magnus claim. You do this. Like, so I sat there for that Primarch video. I heard your shouts. Some of them were awful, but I heard your shouts. And having the Lion at the top, again, fine. Don't have a problem with his character. I think his character's fine. I think I even put him in my top 5, didn't I?
I think you did, yeah.
I think I did. Yeah.
What was really funny? We should do we should redo that at some point and see if they match.
Well, they won't.
Yeah, they won't. But
I know that they won't. For this, well, since then, actually, like I read all of the Wordbearer books for Heresy, and Lorgar is way up there now.
Yeah, Lorgar came out of nowhere for you.
I think Gulliman even fell a couple of feet as well.
Oh, wow.
So,
would you put Morty over Fulgrim Transfigured?
Oh, that's a question. No.
Well, then
I think
we don't agree then.
But is that as a lock, or is that because I absolutely refuse to buy resin because I think it's absolute garbage from GW. So I would always put Mortarion over it just because he's plastic.
Yeah. So when they first, I can't remember what show it was, but Yeah, when they first showed off during the stream of Transfigured Fulgrim, I think it was overnight as well. So I woke up and that was the first thing I saw, and wow, I just like the most insane model. And then I found out it was resins, pardon me, and I was like, oh, you've ruined it. Like I think you might have ruined this, but we saw it at Warhammer World, and I just went, don't care. I don't care. I was like, I'm going to buy that for myself for my 30th birthday last year, and I was like, I don't care. I'm just going to.
You had to go get it. You needed so much goading from me and Leah to go and actually buy it, though.
So the problem was, like, I went earlier in the year and they didn't have it, and it was out of stock, and it was out of stock for such a long time. And when we went, when was it? October, November, maybe October.
Something like that.
And they had it in stock, and I was like, oh, well, now it's commitment time, isn't it? Like, do I, don't I? And I did. And I just went...
Yeah, it took you 2 days to buy it, though. I was like, Kieran, there's 3 on the shelf. Just go and buy one.
And there were 3 on the shelf. Well, no, there were 2 on the shelf by the time I left, because I obviously bought one, idiot. But yeah, no, it's built, it's primed. I was going to do it over Christmas, but I just didn't have time. I painted something else instead. But for this year, we wanted to do like a comparison with the old and the new Fulgrim. Well, I say old, it's not old, it's like last year or year before or whatever. So we're going to do like a comparison in the model between Transfigured and the 40k model, and then we're going to do like a bit of an artistic flex as well. So I'll do the Transfigured, and other Kieran will do the new 40k one, which is very, very cool. I would like to do the new 40k one at some point, but I don't know, like I've got this weird beef with newer 40k models at the moment. Like I just think they're a bit too clean, I guess, like a bit too cartoony, and the heavy metal style, like I'm just not vibing with it anyway. But especially on Fulgrim, I just don't think it works.
It just needs a different face paint and it'll be fine.
I don't know, like I think with the heavy metal scheme, he looks more like a Disney villain than like, I don't know.
The features are a bit big, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, and I don't know. I feel like he just needs a bit more of like a ghoulish nature, and I feel like with Fulgrim, imagine if for the people that have seen The Witcher, like Geralt's face, almost like pale, like dirty, tattered white hair with just like black eyes with like black veins coming out of it. I feel like if you had that, like
stop stealing my paint job.
That's shut up, you clown. Like, I feel like that's embracing my full edgelord, but that would be really, really cool. And I think having him, I don't know, like this guy's essentially the god of obsession. Just like, I don't know, he should be like the most menacing, like maniacal character in 40k, and his model just doesn't quite do that.
Yeah. So when we do that video series, my plan to paint his face is to have 2 black eyes where his eyes should be, and have like the black veins coming out, like you said, similar in The Witcher. That's my plan for painting it.
That's cool.
Yeah, like you said, that'll be an interesting video because you'll paint Transfigured for the video, and I'll paint the 40k one as and when he comes out and we can buy it. That'd be cool. That'd be an interesting one to try and plan because I don't know how many hours are going to need to paint that.
Probably a lot. I mean, if it takes you 4 weeks to do 40 Kriegmen, I think it's going to take you a long time.
It's different though, isn't it? Like having one model like that, I feel like you get really obsessed with doing it, and it just flows so quickly.
Yeah,
so quickly once you get into it.
I think my cap is normally like 5 days for a Primarch model. Like I think that's how long it took me to do Angron, Mortarion. I haven't painted any others, to be fair. But yeah,
did you not paint the Lion? Did you paint a version of the Lion?
I did paint a version of the Lion on a Hero Hammer thing that we did last year, but that was like a proper cheese it in 8 hours, and I gave that away in there.
Bits had the audacity to have to go, oh, this looks really good. Like, Kieran, it does not. You painted the line in a day, which you can't do.
I mean, I liked it. I thought he looked cool, but I don't know. I just didn't love it enough. There's been like a bit of an ongoing joke in our Discord that I would finally do a Lion to Luther kit bash. I'd really like to do that at some point, but I don't know. Kieran would have to, stand guard, I think. Be like, no, not my boy.
Yeah, too right.
I don't know.
I'm not sure I mind that.
Yeah, it could be really cool, and I think that I don't know, his head certainly has got like a Charles Dance sort of look and aesthetic about it, and I feel like if you could just sculpt his hair off, so just give him a bit of the old Ben special, the slap head, I think it would look really cool, and like remove some of the Dark Angels iconography, or just make it look like old school Dark Angels colours. But yeah, it could look really cool. But
if I redo, if when I redo my Dark Angels, they'll go to like a black blue tone, like they had in the Heresy, and then red trim. I just didn't enjoy painting dark green. The trouble with painting them dark green is that if you push it too far, they just look like salamanders.
Yeah. Which is, do you know what? I went to MPO, the in-person one in Bristol, and that was like loads of the sort of feedback. It's like to do like competition pieces and stuff like that, it needs to be super bright. And so I took the line. It's obviously quite a dark line scheme. It's just like, oh, it needs to be super bright. I'm like, I'm going to paint him as a salamander in that case. That's not the point. Like, he has dark armor. It's the lion. Of course he does. Like, yeah. I think I might redo him. So the Gilliman that I did, I'm just trying to. I did him as like almost a heresy type one. So he's red with like a warp sword. I would quite like to get another lion and do him like as a heresy lion. Not sure what colour I'd do him yet. Maybe like a bright blue. Go for like proper Zinch-esque type lion with the strategic aspects of him.
Nice.
Maybe one day. Yeah, I'm not sure half of my followers would like that on Instagram because most of them are Dark Angels players.
In which case you should do it just to mix it up.
Oh yes.
Always keep guessing.
So your girly man got nice views though, didn't it? With the red armour and stuff like that.
It's my second most liked post so far. Weirdly, my Kit Bash Stern Guard, not a single fleck of paint on it, is my highest. The lion's not even honestly, the lion is not even in the top 10. But yeah, Gilliman came through. He's my second most liked post.
I don't even know what my tier would be for them. I don't look.
It's only because my numbers are so low. It makes it much easier. Like,
I mean, mine are quite low as well. To be fair,
I think you get my most liked one in like one whip. You'd probably smash mine.
I think I average about 100 likes on a picture these days.
He's going to check it out now.
No, I'm looking at the.
It's good to get through.
I'm looking at the Gilliman now. It is really cool. I don't know what it is. I love an alternative paint scheme, and
especially on like a staple like Gilliman as well.
Dare I say, it kind of looks Heresy Thousand Suns-esque.
Oh, you always got to bring it back to your Egyptian bitches.
I love it. Mate. Heresy era Thousand Suns are just my fave.
Sweet candy red.
Candy red.
Maybe that's how I'll paint my Magnus. Maybe that's what I'll go for.
Like red car paint that just reflects all the light.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah. Go on, Dave. You're up.
I think for lore, for me, I'm a Blood Angel boy from 3rd edition. Sanguinius, hands down. For moral, it's a toss-up between the Lion and Mortarion for me personally. So, just for the detail and the coolness of it. If I have to choose one, it'll probably have to be the Lion, because the pose of him just looks badass. You can just picture him walking through smoke, as your favourite book is. What's your book? I can't remember now. I don't know why, because you keep bringing it up most of the time.
The Son of the Forest?
Yeah, that's it. And yeah,
I've only listened to that like 15 times. Not that many.
But to be honest, I've never painted a Primarch at all. I've got no Primarchs, no Greater Demons. So Fulgrim will be the first Primarch I'll ever have. So I'll be quite intrigued to get him. I'm not too fan of the faces. I'll probably just go with the helmet potentially. I'm not too keen on the heads. But no, I'll be intrigued to paint pink. It's quite a nice, vibrant colour. So
that was going to be my question actually, because obviously you're all talking about painting some sort of Emperor's Children. Are you going to get pink or purple? Heresy or Foike? All going pink.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about the purple gold. I don't really like it that much. I think purple's such a strange colour to paint. I think I like the lighter variant of it, maybe like a lilac, but I don't think it works in like for a heresy scheme. Maybe I don't know. I think it's like a bit too punchy. Yeah, I don't know. It's a strange one, purple. I'm not totally into it, but pink and black, or even pink and silver, pink and what's it? The Faultless Blade one. It's like pink, black, and silver. I think
It's
that's
all of
the
the
scheme
colours,
that's on
isn't
the
it?
box art for the
That,
Emperor's Children stuff. That looks really cool. Yeah, definitely vibe with that. But
Mine will be.
I think for the Emperor's.
Mine will be magenta into a pink transition. I think, just
Oh,
to really
nice.
deepen
Okay.
it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm excited to see what everybody in the community does with it. Actually, because I find this with every Warhammer release, I'll see the heavy metal paint job, and I'm like, meh, it's fine. And then weekend of release, I'm like, holy shit! Yeah, suddenly we're in.
You can see why GW does it. Like that's the thing. Like all the box art stuff like that. Everyone's like, okay, and then you
the
foot
thing
it
is,
out.
like, I get it.
Yeah.
Like, and Kieran's mentioned it like a million times, and I do agree with him. Like, whenever we go and see heavy metal models in the flesh, I'm like, yeah, this is shit hot. Like, I do get it, and I can. It's one of those things that I like. I can appreciate the artistic craft behind it.
Yeah.
I just don't like it. Like,
It's
I don't know.
it's catalog painting, and
Oh yeah, 100%.
it sells models. And when you see them in the cabinet with the lights on them in the correct way, they look amazing. It's just I don't think that style photographs particularly well for some miniatures. Some are fine, but Primark models I think don't seem to photograph well. But then we'll see, like I said, we'll see them in the cabinet, and then it'll be like, oh, now it makes sense.
Yeah, I think objectively, like, I have a really big issue with edge highlighting. Like, I don't get the commitment of time to result. I don't know.
You don't get it in real life. I've had this conversation with so many times. Edge highlighting. Everyone's like, oh yeah, well, it catches edges. You're like, it doesn't. It only catches on very specific things. You don't get it on like people edge highlight on robes. You're like, look, I don't have an edge highlight on my jumper.
No.
Like, what the hell?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
I think somebody that I really love the guy anyway. But so if you take Fletch from TT for example, like the way he balances color or contrast, and saturation without the need of edge highlights. It's sort of like where the light might catch, so like maybe like top half of the miniature or like anything that might be protruding to sort of catch your eye. But generally speaking, it's just like that heavy saturation into the deeper contrast for what would be like, let's say, a hoodie, or would be like quite realistic, but still like has enough punchy color to be, I don't know, like fantasy or sci-fi-esque. And I think that's really cool. So that's always going to be my favoured way to paint things. I think the one thing I would say actually from GW is the way they paint the newer AOS models in comparison to 40k. There is a very clear difference. I don't know what they're cooking in AOS land, but they are just having the best frickin' time. Yeah, when I woke up after LVO and they showed all the Soulblight stuff, I was, again, just like the best time. And again, it's like not crazy in the way of edge highlights, just super saturated, but also really contrast. Sort of like looks like something out of Elden Ring, for Christ's sake. And I was like, yeah, this is great. Like 10 out of 10. I was expecting to wake up and be like, wow, Emperor's Children are the next hottest thing. And instead I was like, what the fuck is that dragon? Yeah, just a bomb. AOS people, specialist games, you're all living your best lives, and I'm here for it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree with that. Go on, Dave, ask a question.
Don't know now. What, from the community or?
Yeah.
So I think an interesting one would be if you could kit bash any two kits together that isn't a Space Marine, which two would you choose and why?
That is a mental question.
Yeah, I really like this question.
Kieran, you take it.
I knew you were going to do that. I knew it.
Hang on, I'm gonna go have a look. I'll come back with a batshit answer.
So does it? Could it not be no Space Marines?
That's what he's asking.
Yeah.
That isn't a Space Marine.
That makes it quite tough in general.
It is
I think
really
Space Marines they're a really good base for Space Marines. Kieran shaking his head. I think Space Marines are because they're they're so regimented. I think it makes them a really nice base for kit bashing because you can kind of splice so much stuff together. Like loads of the AOS Stormcast stuff goes into Space Marines really well. I think like they're like a perfect palette for kit bash Space Marines. So just make it harder.
The one kit bash I've always wanted to do, but I've never done because I don't trust my abilities. I would like to make. I'd like to get a Chaos Knight, and I would like to put like a platform on the top of it. I bought the kits originally. I was going to buy the old Chaos War Shrine from AOS and just stick it on the top of a Chaos Knight. I was going to get a Dark Commune, have them on there like some bloody preaching choir on top of a Chaos Knight. They have like chains coming around their head like they're driving it off this platform that's sat on top. Nice. I've visualized it in my mind many times. I've just never done it. But I think that's a really complicated kit bash because you'd have to cut bits off the knight because obviously it's a rounded top.
Yeah. I saw someone took one to MPO and he's taken it a few places. It's like a Dark Angel's Knight, so he's got a sword and shield, but he's put a cathedral on top of it, and it looks absolutely stunning. It's definitely one of the better kit bashers out there.
I mean, just the only other one that's right on the nose of that question is I would really like to turn the Stormcast Relictor into a Blood Angel's Chaplain.
Yeah.
Turn it into a Space Marine.
That's defying the question.
Turn it into a Space Marine.
Not a Space Marine kit.
Got him. That's the same thing.
Kieran, I object.
Stormcast are Space Marines, so yeah.
Yeah.
Dreadful.
Go on then, Kieran. What's your perfect answer for Mr. Oh, make it better?
Okay, right. Well, buckle up, bitches, because I've got some ideas. So, the one thing I would love in the Gene Stealer Cult army is to have some Mad Max looking big rig, and I think that if you could have the kill rig from the Orcs, remove maybe like the Orc glyphs and the Whir Tower or whatever, instead of the squig, have it pulled by a Goliath rock grinder. And then load it with either Neophyte Hybrids or Brood Brothers. That would be mega. And I feel like the Gene Stealer cults are missing like a big, I don't know, like statue model. Like they need like, I don't know, it's not their Primarch, but with all the vehicles, imagine if you had like some Max, that's not right, Max style army with just like, I don't know, motorbikes and trucks and this huge rig thing in the centre. I just think that would be badass. So, yeah, that's my answer.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice.
Right.
Dave, have you got any? I've been racking my brain around here.
No, I can't really recall anything now. But no, what about you?
Do you know what? I just had a thought, and it's so I've listened back to the what's the Trazin book, The Infinite and the Divine. Listening back to that, and when they were talking about the exodites on the dinosaurs, I'd love to do one of those. So take like one of the big Seraphon like dinosaurs and put like a team of Eldar on the back of it. I think that would look
that would be very cool.
Yeah, that's lush. I don't know. The exodite stuff is such a tricky kit bash, but the people that do it on Instagram just as like for fun, for a little hobby project, they're just chef's kiss. Big fan.
Yeah, I think it'd work out really well. You can make it like a platform, a weapons platform, or whatever you want. The other thing I'd really love to do, and this is completely out there and completely unrelated to Warhammer, is somewhat unrelated to Warhammer, is to take the turtle from the AOS.
The Deepkin.
What are they called? The Deepkin.
Yeah.
Take that turtle, and I'd like to turn it into Ankh-Morpork, so from Discworld. So, do you know the Discworld series? So
I don't know it personally, but I know the thing that you're on about.
Okay, so
you just spoke French to me. I have no idea what you're talking about. What did you say? So Ankh-Morpork. What is that?
Ankh-Morpork. So it's it's the city from the Discworld series. So the Terry Pratchett Discworld series.
Discworld. I thought you said Discord. I was like, Discworld from the Discord. I was like, the fuck is this guy talking about?
Discworld. So the city is on the back of a turtle that rides through the universe. So swims through the universe.
I think I've seen the picture. You really had me going for a second. I feel like I just shut up.
Welcome to Techless Kieran.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, it sounded to me like you said Dismal Park, and I was like, That's obviously something that they're both familiar with. I'll just leave
Yeah,
it.
we just know it.
As soon as Kieran was like, yeah, I know that. I was like, bullshit, you know that. He just said Dismal Park.
It's like it's like that made up language we made up, Kieran, for like when we watch videos we can't understand. Like, Kieran's going go, here we go.
Yeah, terrible.
So I'd like to give that a go. Just it wouldn't be usable in Warhammer, but it'd just be like a little city on the back of a massive turtle. Because I fucking love that turtle model. I think it's one of the best models.
It'd be a lush little hobby project as well. Yeah, I think you'd have a blast with that.
Yeah, it's got little elephants. So the city sits on the back of the elephants that are on the back of the turtle. It'd be
No, you probably lost me now, mate. Sorry, is that elephant or are you making fuck?
I will send you a picture in the Instagram after this.
Ready and wanting. Yeah,
just make sure you
Discworld, elephants, turtles. That all sounds great.
Yeah, just title it, Kieran. This is from here. Go. We got elephants on turtle.
Yeah, make sure you voice note it as that, and they're like, oh, of course, you go ready for. Yeah, of course.
Oh, brilliant.
You have any thoughts, Dave?
I'll probably, for Kit Bash, probably say Orc and probably some Tau battle suits, convert them to Kierans, maybe, potentially.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Fair. Okay.
Yeah, that's cool.
Now
because with Orcs, I feel like you can get without anything with Orcs. It's like you've got free reign, and I think that'd be quite cool, having some like goblins poking out or Orcs poking out,
See,
stuff like that.
In a similar vein, I've always wanted, since like I was a kid, I've always liked the idea of an Orc Baneblade.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god, yes.
Just like this massive ragtag bunch of Orcs trying to drive this fuck off massive tank. Hanging out of it, like bits falling off it. There's just a big gun, and yeah, I think that'd be wicked.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Mech on the top of it, hammering it.
Yeah, just bits falling off, and then there's just grots everywhere.
It's funny, but you mentioned earlier that Space Marines are like the easiest or the nicest, I don't know, kits, whatever, to build. But so Orcs were my first army back in 40k when I started in 2020 or something. And that is just like a kit basher's dream, because if it looks rubbish, it looks orky. And it's just like the most freeing experience. You're just like, want to paint cool stuff? Paint Orcs. Because they're all just like big dumb mushroom man, and there's not really much else around that. So the whole looted stuff is just it's just perfect. Yeah, definitely suggest that.
So, well, speaking of conversions, your Farsight Commander with the staff, that's pretty sick.
God damn. Yeah, I had a really, really good time with that. I'm very excited and also incredibly nervous. I haven't been nervous about painting a mini in years, I think. And
that's bullshit.
It's a year ago. It was a year ago. As soon as it hit my mind, I was like, no, it was it was Demon Rush from last year. Let's move past that really, really quickly, otherwise we'll revel in it. As soon as I made it, I was like, this is shit hot. I'm a god. I'm amazing. And then it came to base coating it, and I was like, oh god, what have I done? I don't know. It's the one downside with kit bashes that you're really, really proud of. You're like, oh, now I have to paint it. Oh no.
Now I have to ruin it. Good job.
Yeah, it is that. It's like, oh, what if it's not very good? I can't strip it because the whole thing will fall apart. It's just like, my nightmare if it goes wrong. But that's why I wanted to paint everything else first and finish with that. Because at least that way I can just take my time with it. I suppose what's quite nice with Farsight as well is I've got a pretty obnoxious Farsight on effectively a multi-storey car park. There's building for disadvantage and there's Farsight in this car park.
Is that the Farsight that ran over with Rogal Dawn? No, that was the Redempted Dread, wasn't it? No, that was
not to rub it in.
That was the Redempted Dread when a tank shot it.
I don't know what happened with Farsight in that game, but he just turned into some.
He was a beast.
Yeah, he was just a nuke. He just arrived, and I was like, I think it got to like game 5, and somebody was like, "Oh, why don't you use tank shock?" And I was like, "On Farsight," and he just went, "Here's a vehicle," and I was
like, "Oh no, the
excuse me, what?"
That was.
And then.
That was when we took. So I took the Imperial Fist for that game that we played against Dave, and it was game 5, and we realised what Torgaradon actually does.
Oh yeah.
He gets extra stuff if it's against a vehicle, and he one-shot a Dreadnought.
just out and out.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but it was like that last game. Like Dave and I can't remember what his name was. Alex. So Dave and Alex were just like, "Oh, it's really nice. Have you guys had a nice weekend? We saw you at the beginning. Are you having fun?" And we're just like, "Yeah, we've remembered our rules and we've waited until game 5. Let's fucking play." Farsight was running around like a terrorist, and the Imperial Viz guy, what was he called, Tyson Fury? So like one shot in Dreadnought. So Dave and Alex were like, "Please, we've seen enough. Please."
Oh, yeah, that was a cracking game. That was.
Yeah, it was really, really funny.
You bloody Pathfinders.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, what was it? The Breachers running around. The Breachers that whole weekend
that was it.
killed more things in melee than they did in shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like they got out the Devilfish and just shot like balloons.
Yeah,
it's like do you remember? Like, it's a bit of a deep cut now, but do you remember Grunt Birthday Party from Halo 3? It's like they got out and they just shot cannons. Went, woo!
Oh, brilliant! Oh, but I don't know what else to ask. To be honest, we pretty much asked everything. What about you?
Yeah, I'm happy with that. The one that I definitely want to know more about is what's coming up for the channel next. Like we talked about the sort of challenge that you've got in terms of the two gods, but have you got anything else big coming up that you can share?
Aside from Combat Patrol 4, yeah, so we've got aside from the 2 heretics that we mentioned earlier, we've got Combat Patrol 4, which is in the works. We've been knee deep in a 4-month project at the moment, which has sucked every section of like enjoyment, I guess, as well as playing Krieg.
It's taken up a lot of our time.
Yes,
I think
and
it was.
We were missold the idea.
Yeah. So we're collaborating on a challenge with another creator that we really like and that we're huge fans of. So we can't give too much of it away because we want to make it like a bit of a surprise when it comes.
It's their thing. It's not ours to ruin.
Yeah, exactly. But we've had loads of fun with it, and we're very conscious that in September of last year we were like, we've got all this time, and we're going to do loads of challenges between now and Christmas, and then we didn't realise at the time we were missold, and actually that just took up all of our time. We did like hardly any challenges, and everyone was like, "You promised," and we were just like, "We can't tell you anything." So hopefully this year we wanted to make a bit more of challenges and have some fun with it. So I know that Kieran's got this Krieg video that he's working on at the moment. So he has recorded it as a Krieg army, which is very, very fun.
That'll be months down the
heretics. Combat Patrol. I'm sure we've got some other bits as well. Like somebody put in our Discord the other week, and it was really, really fun. Taking a mini that we both, I don't know, like the idea of but dislike the model. And going away, recording our like process of how we would fix it, and then coming back with a finished product, which is really, really cool. So sort of like an SOS fix this mini sort of thing.
Yeah.
So like let's say, I don't know, Kaldor Drago as an example. So we both go away, kit bash our own Kaldor Drago, and we come back and it's fully painted and we've got like, I don't know, little bits behind it and stuff. So that could be quite cool. But to my knowledge. To my knowledge, we haven't got any big box sets this year that are, I don't know, like battle boxes or anything. So happy to be proven wrong. If anything, I encourage it. But
I mean, we're not painting that Emperor's Children box set whenever it comes out.
No, absolutely not. And I think that goes for most Chaos stuff anyway.
It's just not doable.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, painting that much trim in a 12 or 24 hour stance is it's effectively like throwing yourself into traffic. It's just like let's see what happens.
We've other than that, I think we'll do another like Patreon members driven one where we'll come up with ideas for a painting challenge and we'll let them vote. Like they voted for Eldar over Tyranids last time. So we'll come up with another couple of those. I think that'll probably be late in spring, because if we're doing Combat Patrol 4 in March, then after that I think we'll do the community-driven one.
Okay.
Yeah. We're in quite a nice spot at the moment where we've got like a nice little bank of content. We've got, I don't know, planned for
Bitch, we don't. We spent it all.
Which is nice. No. But we've got recording next next Monday we've got 3 videos to record. The following week we're recording another 3. Like we've got like a really nice plan. I don't know, for the foreseeable, which is great. So yeah, we're excited to sort of, you know, go at it both barrels and just see where it goes. But
I'd still like to do the Warhound Titan thing that we spoke about at the very start.
Yeah,
that would be cool. Yeah,
two Warhound Titans would be cool.
I think if I remember rightly, I put in Trello that was like the 25k challenge. So like if we get to 25k subs, like we'll both do a Warhound each. That would be obviously mental. But yeah, that could be very, very fun. And I think if I remember rightly, that would be your first attempt at resin?
From start to finish, it would be, yeah. I've built resin kits.
What does that mean?
I built them, I haven't painted them.
Oh, I see. Right, okay.
That's probably the hard bit. I don't think painting them's too bad.
No, yeah, the build
the build is awful, especially for a night. So when I did the Polypheron last year, well, and with Fulgrim Transfigured, to be fair, like I took one look at the rule book and went, "Yep, this is in Korean." Terrible rule set. Like, not sure what bit goes with what. Awful. Like, yeah, the numbers aren't right. Everything's mislabeled, mismanaged. It's like the specialist games team went, "We're going to release the best looking kit you've ever seen. Have fun with building it. We're not telling you how to do it." Yeah, it's just sort of like, well, you know what it should look like. And I'm like, "Oh, cool. Thanks so much."
So I've got this really bent bit. I can't see this. Oh no, it's supposed to be straight. Okay.
Yeah, ridiculous. So I had that with Fulgrim's spear. I think it was effectively like an arch, and I was like, "This isn't what it's supposed to look like." And I was talking to somebody on Instagram that had previously built it, and I was like, "Yours looks amazing. Like, what was your experience?" And they were like, "Hated it, start to finish, hated it." And I was like, "Oh." This was before I'd even started, and I was like, "Oh, that's strange." And they were like, "Watch out for air bubbles, miscasts, bendy resin, whatever." And I was like, I've spent £180 on a kit. I was like, "This should be like shit hot." And they were like, "No, I've known of loads of people that have had to return it, send it back, whatever." And I was like, "Oh my goodness." Yeah, I'm excited to paint it, but
we've also got. Obviously, 40k's in for a big year this year, so the Army Cost series will go from not much to a great deal, I think, because by the looks of the roadmap, we're getting quite a few codexes for 40k thick and fast.
Yeah.
I think it might be quite fun at the end of 10th edition when there's the lull between 10th and what will inevitably 11th edition. Is we could, once we've done all of them, like we've got a list for the whole Army Cost, we could pitch it to the Discord and be like, "We'll buy one of the lists that we made."
Don't do that.
You heard it here first.
No,
See?
you do this. Oh my god. No.
I'm gonna clip this bit specifically and put it on
Oh
Instagram so
my
everyone's got
god. Kieran's about to do a Krieg Army Cost video. He's about to do it. What are you doing? Oh my god.
Oh,
you can't revoke it. Take it back.
No. I'm the director, Krennic.
Yeah, I'll say.
I mean, we
tell you what, you want to do one each? Be my guest. I ain't joining your... Because they love to watch you squirm and cry, and they'll be like, "Oh,
I don't think they...
Kieran's having a hard challenge again."
I think we would put in the like not an army we already have. So, for example, Krieg.
It's already going back on it. I see that.
Yeah, he's
really
backhanded.
is.
No.
I can't do Tyranids. I can't do Orcs. I can't do
I take it back.
Krieg.
They'll vote Tyranids, or they'll just do this stupid thing. They'll vote for the most expensive one because we'll have to buy it.
I don't know.
Which would be
But
Krieg.
I think I might.
Yeah.
I think I might go Orcs. You know,
I still think
just paint them black.
I still think the best Army Cost video we've done, and this isn't me tooting my own horn, it's just the most fun, it's the Agency Imperium one. It's just the most fun 2,000 point list, just like loads of like Robocops, loads of Inquisitors, and just backed by this enormous knight. I was like, yes, 10 out of 10, yes please. Yeah, that I would do. I wouldn't even think about it. I'd just camp at your house, Kieran. I wouldn't even ask Claire if I could stay. I'd be like, "I live here now until this is done."
I think I'm hoping that the Grey Knights get the refresh that they deserve as well, and that'll be a long-term project
Yeah,
that
that
we'll
would
do
be
as
fun.
well.
I think
Yeah.
that's going to be quite an interesting state of play for this year, isn't it, really? Like, we've obviously just had new models for Krieg, new models for Eldar, new models for Emperor's Children. Like, we've still got so much more for this year. Like, I mean, we've now seen, like, speculation on Space Marines and stuff. We're like, where the hell did that come from?
Yeah.
That
they just
doesn't
put this
even
picture
include the
in the-
Space Wolves. Yeah, it doesn't even include a potential Space Wolves refresh, which is bonkers. And then we've still got other teams that we could be waiting in the wings for as well, like Drakari or more Votan or more World Eaters, because that's probably around the corner as well. And you're just like, when does this crazy train stop? But what was crazy, well, we found out, I told Kieran the other week, we're only halfway down with 10th edition. We've got like 18 months
It's
and we're
crazy.
done. Yeah, and it's just bonkers, and it's normally just full steam ahead with codexes, and then it will be like some fun little narrative series until the end. And I'll be honest, I'm dreading it. If they go, oh, by the way, here's a massive Space Wars refresh, and then I'll be like, well, now I have to go turn all of these into traitors, so BRB.
Yeah.
And then at the end of 10th edition, like they did with the Lion, and like they'll probably do forever, oh, by the way, Russ is back. In POG form, and then I'll be like, oh, cool, I guess I have to fix him. So, yeah, I don't know, like, do my third bloody Demon Russ.
Yeah, you can never have too many Primarchs, right?
I have heard that. Yeah, I have heard that.
Third time's the charm.
Yes, third time's the charm. Keep going. I won't ever stop.
Why stop now?
Yeah, that's it. This is, if you do something enough, it eventually becomes your personality, right? Do you like
Isn't that
Chaos
just
Wolves?
one?
Yeah, that's it.
That's crazy.
It's dreadful.
Oh.
I don't know. It'll be fun though. It'll certainly be a fun year and a
Sounds,
fun
yeah.
end to an edition. It's just the only thing I would say, and it's the same with our channel and stuff as well, I guess, is that it's just a shame that we can't cover more AOS stuff, and it's just because 40k just does not stop.
Yeah.
And that's what sells, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah,
I don't think we'll ever stop doing AOS content. It's just I don't think we'll ever. I don't think we'll ever stop doing AOS. We're not going to stop doing AOS, are we? It's not going to be at the forefront.
I wanted to do more army cost videos for AOS, and you were like, "No, it doesn't sell. No."
Yeah, they don't land. I don't think we haven't cracked an AOS like format, as it were, that does well.
It is
AOS just
interesting.
doesn't. AOS, like, because I was for a little while, I was like, oh, maybe I'll start like doing an AOS type stuff, but you kind of look at the views that are on YouTube, and like, you'd be lucky to get half the views for the exact same 40k video for AOS, and that's like the top AOS content creators.
And I feel like that's
it's
like
wild.
the next progressive step down. Like I looked at the numbers that TT got on their Saturday video for their Old World video, and I was like, woof. Like if you consider the numbers that those guys are usually pumping out for content, and like to have back-to-back days with their, obviously it was with their on demand and then on YouTube as well. Like I watched both of them and I thought they were really, really cool. And I love like the Old World content they did at the beginning as well. But people just do not want to see it. It's crazy. And I think that's.
So I've long had the opinion that people really. So we've had a few AOS videos that have done well. People really like the idea of AOS, so they'll watch videos of you talking about AOS. But when you actually do AOS, they don't seem to be there as much, which is interesting.
Is that because it's not more engaging? As 40k is more engaging, and it's how
I think it's
people react to it.
I think it's the player base size. And obviously AOS is it's a different audience, I guess. And it's still relatively new in 40k terms. Like it's still percolating in terms of like as a scene. And obviously we've got Old World out there as well, which muddies it slightly. But
yeah, dilutes it a bit, doesn't it? We'll go back into a 40k versus AOS, which we both put out like 2 weeks ago. So watch those videos.
Yeah, go watch those instead.
Yeah, it is interesting when I was watching it how we're pretty much all on the same page. Where I was with small Kieran. So 40k has got 20 years of experience on top before even AOS hit, and this is where it causes a divide between me and Ben. He was more AOS, and I was more 40k. I love AOS, don't get me wrong, but it's just 40k's got the foundation already, solid, rather than was it 4 years now for AOS? I can't remember.
What's funny about I feel like we are just going to revoke and we're going to
Yeah.
combine these two videos anyway here because we're chatting about it. But I feel like you mentioned Foundation. Is that just from like a experience and I suppose narrative aspect? Like you know all the characters, you know all the notions and what their ambitions are, and you're just sort of like you're playing pretend with that rather than Foundations being like solid balanced rule set, great minis, fair reactions and stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, there's broken shit, but there is with every game. And I feel like that's like that was my main argument with Kieran, was like it depends what you consider a foundation. Do you consider it as I love these characters? And I was actually talking to my wife about it, and she says like, okay, so for example, you watch Star Wars, even when it's shit, you're just like, I just want to watch it, and just it's content's content, isn't it? You're just like a slave to it, and you just want to watch it. And I said, yeah, you're absolutely right, like 100%. Like I'll watch something and it will finish, and she'll be like, did you like it? And I'm like, no, it was ass. And she goes, oh, then why do you keep doing it? I'm like, because one day they might get it right. And I feel like that's the case.
Yeah, I feel like you're hitting the nail on the head there, because it's like the lore, as you said, like the story behind it, as you said, like characters, you know, since like 3rd edition when I started, you had like a timeline in there, so you knew everything going in. Then it sort of evolved quite quickly once GW changed hands in ownership, like who owned it and stuff like that, and how it escalates so quickly with the Rift and stuff like that, and it's actually moving forward rather than being stagnant. And I feel like at the moment where AOS is quite, it's like when we was talking about books, you don't stick to a character in AOS lore. You jump around between like 4 different characters. So I'm reading the Lord Solar book as I at the moment, and you just stick with one character and you just follow him through, and it's more easier to grasp, if that makes sense. And I don't know, it's really weird because where the 40k is over a universe or like a solar system or galaxy, and you've got the AOS is spread over 8 realms, is it? 8 realms, yeah. It's really hard to picture, even though it's pretty much on a same scale, but the lore and foundations for AOS isn't there. So when the Vermintide came out, I couldn't read the novel because it was jumping from left, right, and centre because it wasn't fixated on one person. I don't know if that's because it's just me generally, because I like to stick with one person for a book and do that rather than flicker between the two. Like when you brought up the rule set, AOS, hands down, better rules, hands down. It's easier to follow. I prefer the hit and wound. That's it. No toughness. Get that shit out. I hate it because it's trying to get new blood into the system. I feel like that hit and wound from AOS is quite straightforward, and you can just follow it, and you know what everyone's doing. Okay, my bolt gun can wound a knight on a 4-up, so what? It's like when you look at in AOS, my steam tank can still wound a bloodthirst on a 2-up, but it's a bloodthirster, and I'm a steam tank. So it's like if we can
maybe
just
that's
learn.
why it's for me. So because
What's that?
obviously you guys grew up with, well, Dave especially, you sort of grew up with that 40k lore. When I started playing, I played Fantasy, took a huge break. I did not give a hoot about 40k. As a kid, I was like, I am all in on Fantasy. Don't care. I didn't grow up with Warhammer. I didn't grow up with 40k especially. And so now I've come into it. I'm just like, cool. I want to play a game, and I want to have really sick models. And so I look at AOS and I go, it's a better game. Oh my god, the models are so much better. That's the big thing for me. I don't necessarily have that nostalgia that keeps. I love the 40k books. I've never been into sci-fi. This will break a lot of people's hearts because I've said it before. Star Trek can go in the bin for me. Don't really care. Star Wars, yeah, okay, I enjoy it, but I'm not religious to it. Like, I've not watched most of the new shows. Give me Lord of the Rings, give me The Hobbit, like, give me all of that stuff, and I will gobble it up. I love that. Give me Dragons, I love it. Stormcast are incredible. I hate the foot soldiers. You put them on dragons, and I'm like, yeah, that's the best thing.
Yeah.
Best thing since sliced bread.
It's like embracing that fantasy element, isn't it? I think that's when it sort of rides home. I think I like the stories in 40k. I don't think they're... And obviously this is totally subjective, and I feel like anybody watching or listening, or even you guys, like if you disagree with me, I think you're well within your right to. I don't think they should be held on the pedestal they are. I just feel like when you are hyper exposed to this setting and this narrative, you hear the best of those books and you go, this is the best thing since sliced bread. So by default, you're like, this is phenomenal. And I feel like when you sort of venture outside of that, you go, oh, actually, this is kind of average. And again, it's fine. It's all subjective. Like, if that's your jam and you want to do that, I'm not going to yucky yum. But I feel like because I feel that way, AOS is more appealing just as a game to me, and I'm starting to feel that with like Old World as well. I guess like it's like a cooler narrative, and like all of the comments that on the AOS's 40k video that we did was just like there were people that were either diehard 40k, they were AOS is like better or 3 out of 4, like similar to what the argument was. But the most overwhelming comments that we had was the majority of the people were like, neither, go Old World. And I was like, oh, okay. And I feel like from a narrative sense, like let's take Heresy, 40k, whatever, everything is just too convoluted. It's just too much stuff. Instead of having, so like with, let's say, a trilogy or a series of films or a series on TV or something, it's one director, same cast for all of it, and you carry on and you make this eclipsed story. Sometimes it lasts longer, it breaks into it, whatever. But with 40k, it's let's do a massive story. So either Heresy or in New School. What's the Dawn of Fire? Each book is different perspective potentially, different authors. So it's super disjointed, and it takes ages to make some sort of story. I don't know. End. Well, it's not even an end, is it? Because it's like a setting that just keeps going. So there's not really like a finish. And I feel like as a person that likes a story, let's say, sometimes I find that incredibly frustrating when there's just that total lack of closure. So I was
your Instagram. you threw some shade at the new Siege of Terror book.
I just fucking give up. I just give up, mate. It's just like, we've had 70 books and now there's more, and I'm like just gonna throw myself in traffic. And the thing is as well with the Siege of Terror stuff, like it's good, don't get me wrong, it's good, but it's like moments of brilliance from characters. And I don't mean like narratively this is the coolest or the best written thing I've ever read. It's and then Sanguinius fought a bloodthirster and then fought Angron at the same time, and I was like, okay, this is hot shit. This kid's gone god mode. This is cool. And it's the same, and I think it's the same. It's not subjectively, it's not. But like Shiban Khan, like holding a baby across a battlefield.
And it's bullshit. Like, that's bullshit.
It went like full, like Cormac's The Road, and he just went off on one. And I was reading about all these like Titan engines and stuff, and I was like, I don't fucking care about this shit. Like, take me back to Shiban Khan. Like, what's he protecting this innocent baby from that we'll probably never hear about again? But I was just like, suddenly I have a narrative that I can, I don't know, try and resonate with. And that's what I like. And it's not just like bolter porn and, I don't know, unlight or glow globes or, I don't know, random 40k buzzwords.
Anathema.
Anathema.
Go read a Necron book for that. They're the best ones for that.
Christ alive. Like, it's again and again and again. And sometimes it feels to me, and this is scathing, I feel like I'm on a rant and I am really sorry.
Are you done yet?
No, I'm not. For me, it's just drivel, and I'm like,
you're
what
just
am I doing
drivel
with these words. And I feel like sometimes with 40k, it takes something really special to be like, this was shit hot. Aaron Dembski Bowden. Enough said. Yeah, everything else, I'm just sort of like, I don't care about this. But
that's fair.
Yeah.
If you want more detail, go and watch the video.
I talk about all of this just for half an hour. Sorry, I just got so passionate.
If you're going to cut anything, I would cut that. Just cut it off.
Just take all this entire segment out.
Just be like, we'll be right back in 5 minutes.
Yeah. that was the equivalent of you going, yeah, go. You've just done that for 20 minutes.
The Snoopy teacher just going away.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I don't know. It is what it is. Yeah,
Anyway,
people that love Warhammer, it's fine.
It's a great topic to start off conversations. Like it's why we did it as like the first topic, because it was always that one of like it's one of, you'd think it'd be a really polarizing opinion, but when you actually get into the detail of it, everyone's kind of like actually neither's necessarily better.
No.
yeah.
It's a wild one because I assumed that everyone was like, oh my god, 40k is so much better. Nobody did that.
Also, what's really interesting is nobody gives a shit enough to try and change the other person's mind. Yeah. So, for example, I was sat there with Kieran. I made him effectively like a puppet master. Made him say 3 out of 4 is better, and then went, "Which one do you like?" And he went 40k, and I was like, "Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting, isn't it? Like you like what you like, and it's fine. It is fine, but yeah."
I haven't got any more questions, Dave. I don't know if you.
No, after that little tangent, that was icing on the cake for me.
I'm so sorry.
That's all right.
You've killed the entire conversation, Kieran. You just.
You know what it is? I feel like I had a conversation for all of us. I feel like I just took it and ran with it, which is a real shame.
Kieran, passionate for books.
Yeah, it is. I like reading, and I like reading good stories. And then when somebody's like, I don't know,
You're doing it again.
When somebody goes, "Oh, I read this fucking Dawn of Fire book, and it was like one of my top 5 books," I'm like, "Fucking read more!" Like Jesus.
We've all learned Kieran's trigger right here.
I've got a list. Like sometimes I think I'm quite an easygoing guy, and if someone will say something that's so
not.
throwaway. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too opinionated.
I'll say one last thing on that one. Magnus did everything wrong.
Oh no!
That's like the primary trigger, right?
So, just to go on that one.
Okay.
So Magnus did nothing wrong. He was told to do nothing, and he did that wrong.
100%. That's my opinion as well.
No, the Emperor is a hypocrite.
Anyway.
Vulcan's a rat at the end.
Oh man, Vulcan's the look. We're going to go down a rabbit hole here. I really like Vulcan. I'm just going to say that, and we can have a conversation off layer about it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, if you want Kieran to talk to you for go.
Talk to him about Vulcan, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I encourage it, but I won't listen.
Encourage it. I won't listen.
Thank you for coming on, boys. It's been a real pleasure.
Thank you, boys.
It's nice to have you as the first guests on Second Line of Fire.
Yeah, this has been really
pleasure.
nice. Yeah, thanks so much for having us.
It's been a good time.
Yeah,
Apart
it
from
looks
that
like
last 20
small
minutes where
Kieran.
Kieran just talked about his own.
Yeah.
Look, if you want hot takes with somebody that has no skin in the game, you got what you wanted.
Yeah.
And if you didn't want that, then I'm really sorry.
Oh, brilliant.
It's all content, right? All content's good content.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Just like Star Wars, baby.
All content's content. I'll go back to that instead.
Yeah, it's that.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, brilliant. Oh,
But yeah, thank you very much, and hopefully everyone else that was listening, yada yada yada, they really enjoyed it as well. Obviously, if you want to go and see the guys, it's 40k.w and Brush Hour Minis. You changed your name since the last one as well.
Yeah, I did.
I'm gonna have to go back and change that as well.
What a mental change it was.
I know, right?
A real revamp, wasn't it?
Dropped 4 layers.
Crazy.
Socials change.
The worst bit about that as well is about a month after I changed it, I came up with a better one, and now I'm down the rabbit hole. I can't change it again.
What would you have changed it to?
So it's when I started playing Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket. I came up with Hitmonkey. I was like, I'm out.
Well, that got the reaction you wanted.
Yeah, give it a month. You can change it again. Nobody will notice on Instagram. It's fine.
I don't know, because like we put our like tags in all of the videos, so I have to go back and change them. I don't know. Nobody actually. I don't think anybody actually cares about your online name. So
I think the links still work as well. I think it still goes to the right place. So
I was this close to doing 40k.p. Just for the lols. You told me I was allowed.
Nope.
he did steal. Let's be honest. He did steal all of your followers as well. Small Kieran.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
he did.
I remember that conversation. I do remember the conversation. Yeah,
We had some good conversations back then.
Yeah, Kieran really said, "I get it first."
Before I do break up the Kieran Show, obviously the Kieran Show is the actual handle and the channel. I'll put all the links in the description, stuff like that.
Yes.
The guys are legends. They're obviously on the first Rank 5 podcast. Go check that out as well. We talk way more about. I guess you guys are probably more as individuals in that one as well, and the channel. There's a lot more of sort of that distinction because you are two individual people. Even though you are married, you are two people.
I was going to say, despite what our comments say, we aren't married.
And we are both called Kieran.
Oh.
People still ask us that. Are you your name's actually Kieran? Like, yeah.
Well,
Since
as we know, you're called Jason.
Yes, yeah. I'm called Jason for reasons we can't disclose online. Yeah. I'm Jason from the Jason Show. That's the joke.
Go and join the Discord. Obviously,
Yes, please do.
The Kierans do have a Discord, as do we.
Yeah. Join both.
Join both.
Come on, both. Yeah. I'm First Rank Fire, and we've got Dave Hobby Corner. Yeah. Dave, do you want to say goodbye? And Kieran's, feel free to say goodbye.
Oh, see you later, boys, and thank you guys for coming on, and much appreciated. I was buzzing to get us on since the last time I saw you guys at April for my ass whooping, as I'd say.
I mean, sorry for both, really. I feel like I wasted your time on 2 occasions.
Yeah, even with the pocket dial that I phoned you while you was driving home.
Oh my god, yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that. I was like, what the fuck is this guy calling me for? It was just like, cheers, Dave's crying. It's just like, oh.
Just like both in the car, just, I played one game against this guy, and he's like, wants to be our best friend.
Yeah, but no. But yeah, thank you for guys coming on, and yeah, appreciate you guys for being our first guests. It's been a blast.
It's been a blast, as always.
Yeah, it's been a good time. Thanks so much. Good luck with all of your future endeavours, future guests. Yeah, we'll be watching.
And your 50 Space Marines, Ben.
Oh, yes, the promises. The 62 horses and the 50 intercessors.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm
please.
not, but yeah, let's go with that.
Book it.
You heard it here.
I'm just going to get them out now. I'm just going to paint for the rest of the evening, and I might get like 10, 15 done. So
Nice. In that time, Kieran would have only painted 1 Kriegsman, so you're on top of it.
exactly.
Yeah. We're
Exactly.
catching up.
It could be worse. It could be worse. Yeah, thank you everyone for listening, watching. Obviously, drop us comments, come in messages and stuff like that. Just go and bombard the Kierans with messages because they love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, please do. Please do. And yeah, we'll see you all next time.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
See you later.